Today we are covering three separate segments. Two of them are regarding the El Paso shooting. The third one's going to be focused more on the more on the video game industry, because I feel like the video game industry needs to get a little bit of opportunity to go into this channel, because a lot of things in video games have been going on recently, and I think that needs to be known, especially for people who do like video games, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys like video games as well. But this first segment is revolving Antifa. It's focusing on Antifa. Now, regardless of your opinion on gun control laws or the Second Amendment, I don't think this opinion is going to be necessary in this one. This is going to be focusing more on Antifa and what could possibly mean in the sense of escalation. Because I don't know if you're aware, but I've seen a lot of news articles, a lot of individuals talking about that there's a second civil war that's coming, and it's inevitable because the country is so divided that eventually something's going to happen and violence is going to begin. But I don't want to push that rhetoric. I mean, I don't know if it can happen. I do not want to be a guy that wants to instill fear into my viewers, so I'm not going to do that. But to each their own. Okay. In this case, I want to be talking about a law of physics from Sir Isaac Newton, in the sense that the law states for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. What I mean by that, the thing is that, for example, let's say for example you push a swing. If you push a swing, that's your action. You're pushing the swing. The swing, as a reaction, is going to swing back to you because of the force and everything. I'm obviously going to put in a lot of scientific mumbo jumbo and all that stuff. But the point is, for everything you do, something is bound to return to you, pretty much. In this case, for example, if I walk up to you and I start calling you an SOB and a piece of what, you're bound to react in a negative way. You're bound to insult me back. Again, that's an equal and opposite reaction. You're bound to react in the same negative way that I'm acting towards you. In this case, Antifa is literally risking that type of response. Antifa is used to using fear and intimidation in areas where they're very liberal, and usually in very liberal areas there's gun-free zones, so they're used to that type of aspect. They're used to that type of protection to some degree. They're used to that kind of advantage. But Texas is not a liberal state. Texas is known for its concealed carry. I think concealed carry, open carry. The point is that there's a lot of people in Texas with guns, and I'm pretty sure that if Antifa is foolish enough to punch a Texan in the face, chances are they're going to be facing with a chest full of bullets. They're going to be facing a chest full of bullets, because Texans are not the kind of people you want to mess with. But again, this article clearly shows the fear of escalation. Something's bound to happen. And I think that Antifa, as much as I don't want to say it, Antifa, I think they're barking up the wrong tree, and I think sometimes too they're also biting more than they can chew. Because here's the thing. I can tell you right now what could possibly happen. And regardless of the media, I can tell you right now, I see Antifa as a bully. Antifa, if you're not aware, Antifa, they use violence, they use fear, they basically use crimes to so-called fight fascism, even though they just recently attacked a gay minority. Again, they say they're fighting fascism, but last time I checked, I don't think the actual Nazis, had a gay minority in the ranks. I'm pretty sure they didn't have that. Okay, but the thing is, Antifa is known for its violent acts. They're known for assaulting innocent people that they don't agree with in the name of fighting fascism. But the problem is this: Antifa is biting more than they can chew, and I think Texas is probably going to face that problem, because I do not like bullies. I think Antifa is a bully in the sense that they like to intimidate people into doing their way. And I'll tell you this right now, regardless of your perspective, I can guarantee you that I can guarantee you that you've had a school bully in the past. I'm pretty sure growing up you had someone bully you, or you saw someone being bullied. In this case, I was bullied throughout the 5th grade when I moved to Santa Ana. When I moved to Santa Ana, a lot of people were bullying me, but particularly this one kid that was bullying me constantly. He was known for bullying other individuals, but in 6th grade I also had to deal with those individuals, right? But in the 5th grade, there was this kid that always picked on all the kids. Everyone knew who they were. A lot of kids have been telling the teachers, hey, this kid's bothering me. But the teachers didn't do anything. The administration didn't do anything, even though they knew. But when it came to me, the kid bullied me. At some point, I had a breaking point. I said, you know what, I'm not going to take this anymore. I decided to fight back. I basically beat up the kid to the point where the kid was crying. And then what happens? I got in trouble for it. For fighting back once against a kid that always picked on the kids, that always hit them, beat them, pushed them. He did it on a daily basis. Not a word. I defend myself. Everyone loses their minds. The school administration was pissed off. The teachers were pissed off. If it wasn't for my mom, that day, she would, I would have probably gotten expelled or suspended or even expelled for that matter. Okay, but the point is, like I said, Antifa has gone away with so many things in terms of their violent protests. As I call them riots. I don't see them as protests. I call them riots. But Antifa's gone away with so many things that I feel like Texas is kind of like that kid that's gonna fight back. Again, Portland. Portland. A lot of people in Portland. They didn't fight back. They didn't do anything about it. The mayor of Portland didn't do anything about it. Antifa has gone away with so many things. They basically turned a blind eye towards Antifa. But I feel like if Texas decides to fight back and do the right thing here, like I said, I don't condemn the shootings because again, I think it's just gonna make things worse. And not condemn, I think condone. Basically, the point is, I'm not for Texas using violence, but I think at this point it's become inevitable. Antifa is pushing boundaries. They're pushing for actions like this, and I think that if Texas does fight back against Antifa, I feel like the media is gonna say Antifa is the victim, and Texas is just filled with a bunch of white supremacists, hate-filled hillbillies. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the spin, because it always happens. The bully becomes the victim the moment the actual victim decides to fight back. I think Antifa is gonna get that kind of treatment as well. They're gonna be seen as the victim if Texas decides to fight back. Now, the title reads, Texas Lieutenant Governor tells Antifa to stay out of El Paso after Walmart shooting. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick explicitly warned the left-wing group Antifa against coming to the state following Saturday's mass shooting at an El Paso Walmart. The shooting came 29 days before a scheduled visit from Antifa, which planned to conduct a border resistance military training tour. Stay out of El Paso, Patrick told Antifa during an appearance on Fox News. He noted that while the group wasn't usually welcome in Texas, they especially weren't welcome after the shooting. Stay out of Texas, basically, Patrick said. We don't need them coming in on September 1st. We didn't need them coming in before this happened. Andy No put it out a tweet, and it reads, Antifa is leading a border resistance military training tour that will coverage on a 10-day siege in El Paso, Texas. The promotional image shows border enforcement officers being killed and government property firebombed. Organizers asked for white comrades to pay for others. I want to take a break here. If this does not worry you, if this does not make you rethink how you view Antifa, then something's definitely wrong. Regardless of your political affiliation, I'm pretty sure killing people is not a good thing. Whether or not you believe in open borders, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like it if one of your family members was in the border patrol and faced threats of being killed by Antifa. This promotional poster shows border agents being killed and government property being destroyed. That should make you think whether or not Antifa is actually the victim in the situation. Because again, victims are not looking out for problems. Victims are not seeking confrontation. Those are the bullies that are seeking confrontation. Those are the bullies that are trying to create mayhem and chaos. I'm going to continue. A flyer for the event posted on Twitter by conservative journalist Andy No showed people shooting arrows at a tower near what appeared to be a border fence. The group issued a call to action for 10 days in El Paso. Antifa is known for violent protests and attacks on police and journalists, including No. Patrick also expressed confidence that Texas will rally together and stay strong after the shooting. We're not going to give up to the shooters, never going to give up to the lawbreakers, he said. Patrick said that they were between 15 to 20 casualties in the shooting, but did not specify a number of fatalities. Vanessa Science, I think I'm pronouncing it right. I apologize if I mispronounce it, but I'm going to continue. A witness told Fox News that she heard several pops near the area and saw a man in a black shirt and cargo pants with a weapon shooting outside the building before entering the Walmart. He was just pointing at people and just shooting, she added. That concludes the article. But like I said, a lot of people are worried that a second civil war has become inevitable at this point. I do not want to say that because I don't want to instill fear into you guys. I know, but I know people say, "Well, Carlos, what if it is true?" Well, again, I don't want to instill fear into you guys, and then it never happens. I really don't want to do that. But the thing is this: regardless of your opinion on gun control, this is not the issue here. The issue is the escalation. At some point, someone's gonna have to fight back. Antifa has gone away with so many things, and people are getting really sick of it. Politicians in DC are wanting to categorize Antifa as a terrorist organization, and a lot of people are just simply turning a blind eye towards what they do. Antifa claims to be fighting against white supremacists, but when I see them attacking a gay minority journalist, that makes me question whether or not they're actually fighting against white supremacists, or they're just using that as a narrative and as an excuse to go and attack anyone they don't like. I've seen that with Salim Juma. They've actually harassed this guy a lot. And honestly, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Antifa is gonna really go to Texas, considering that Texas is known for its incredibly, I wouldn't say loose, but known for its gun laws, knowing that you can actually carry a gun on your person at all times. I think it's on all times. I'm not really sure. But do you think Antifa is really wanting to go over? Do you think Antifa really wants to go over there? Do you really think they want to push? Do you think they really think they want to risk that? And also let me know. Do you think that if Antifa does go to Texas and Texas fights back against the bully, which is Antifa, do you think the media is going to try to spin it in a way that to make it look like Antifa is the victim and Texans are the real monsters? Let me know what you guys think. Share the video and like the video if you did like this content. And also share it as well if you think my content is worthy of sharing. YouTube has the ranked independent political commentary. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna wanna push this on their platform. But the best thing you can do is simply share and like the video. Subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. That way you never miss an upload. And also hit the notification button as well, because apparently YouTube doesn't like to show you videos of the people you're subscribed to like a day or two later. But if you can stick around for the next segment, it's going to be regarding about a certain individual, which honestly surprised me that this came out of his mouth in regards to the El Paso shootings. But if you can't stay and if you can't stick around for the next segment, hopefully you guys can have a good rest of the day and stay awesome.